Hi, today I am going to discuss with you all one of the most important topic, that is laws of orifice location. Most of the times I am being asked is how can we locate the canals in a proper way and how depth we can go so that we can prevent it from partition involvement while doing the access opening. So there are a number of questions regarding the orifice location and the pulp chamber, and all the questions can be answered by the two authors Prancer and Ranco when you go through the articles published in 2004. So basically there are 9 laws given by Prancer and Ranco, but then when we see the laws, almost 95% of the teeth followed the laws, only 5% of the teeth, that is mandibular second molars and third molars, did not follow the laws because they had the presentation of C-shaped canal that will be dealt in some other videos. So when we talk about the laws, there are 9 laws. Let us begin with the first law. The first law is the law of symmetry 1 and 2. So what is law of symmetry 1 and what is law of symmetry 2? Let us assume this is the cross section of the tooth with mesial, distal, buccal and lingual side. So when we draw a line mesiodistally, the orifices are located equidistant from the line drawn mesiodistally at the center of the pulp chamber. So this is the law of symmetry 1. Regarding the law of symmetry 2, there is slight modification, that is when we draw a line perpendicular to the mesiodistal line, then the canal orifice will be presented on the perpendicular line. So that is the law of symmetry 2. So now there is the third law, law of color change. So what is the law of color change? The pulp chamber is basically darker than the dentin as well as the pulp stone, and it is very important when you are trying to locate the canal in which the pulp is receded and the canal is calcified or the tooth is malformed. So when you trace it out that the pulp chamber is darker than the dentin, you can find it that the orifices are located over there. Now coming to the law of orifice location. So before we begin to the law of orifice location, we must know that law of symmetry 1 and symmetry 2 is related to all the teeth except for maxillary molars. Now the law of orifice location, basically there are 3 law of orifice location. So law of orifice location 1 basically says that the orifices are presented on the junction of wall and the floor. So let us assume this is the box. So when you see the wall is there and the floor is there, so the orifice will be presented on the junction of floor and the wall. So law of orifice location 2 says that the orifices are located at the angle formed between the floor and the wall. So somehow we can see that this may be the angle. So here we can see the orifice. So when we talk about law of orifice 1 and 2, 1 is related to the line angle and 2 is related to the point angle. Now the third law of orifice location is the orifices are located at the termination of the developmental fusion lines. During the development of the teeth, we have different fusion lines and orifice can be presented on the terminus of the developmental fusion lines. Now coming to the 3 most important law, that is law of centrality, law of concentricity and law of CEJ. So for better understanding, I have drawn 3 pictures. Picture number 1 for law of centrality, 2 for the concentricity and 3 for the CEJ. So as the name suggests, law of centrality means the floor of the pulp chamber will always be present on the center of the tooth at the level of CEJ. Regarding the law of concentricity, again it suggests that the wall of the pulp chamber is concentric to the external surface of the tooth. How can we understand this? Is like when we see the shape of the external surface, it replicates the internal surface of the wall of the pulp chamber. Means if the external surface of the tooth surface is concave, then the wall of the pulp chamber will also be concave. Now coming to the last law, that is law of CEJ, it says that the distance from the external surface of the tooth, that is the external surface of the tooth of the clinical crown, is equidistant to the wall of the pulp chamber throughout the circumference of the tooth at the level of CEJ. So all the law which I discussed right now, from the law of symmetry to the law of CEJ, will be very beneficial for you to locate the canal as well as the pulp chamber while dealing with any cases for access preparation. Thank you very much.